All right, Spencer. So this is kettlebell workout number 2. We're going to do something called Simple and Sinister, or I'm going to introduce you to a program called Simple and Sinister. It's a program developed by a guy named Pavel Satsulin. He's kind of the guy who's credited for bringing kettlebells to the U.S. or introducing kettlebells, at least on a popular level, to the U.S. Um, he has an organization and school called Strong First, which I should send you a link to that. So it's a cool resource. There's blogs and stuff like that. I've done a lot of education with them and hold some certifications with them, and it's a great resource. So I'll have to see if I can get that to you. I'll also make sure to send you a resource or a article pertaining to this because I'm going to go over as much as I can. But the article that I'm thinking of, actually, I think will give you more detail. The way this challenge works is basically you have to complete 100 single arm swings in 5 minutes or less. Then you have to complete with no more than a minute rest. You have to complete 10 uh, get-ups, 5 on each side, within 10-minute time frame. Now, the way that the challenge is you have to use a specific bell, and you have to do it within this specific time frame. The way that we're going to do it, or the way that I'm going to propose it to you, is not adhering to these. You don't have to adhere to these parameters to get a good workout. Um, so, and I'll make some modifications on this a little bit. But so what I want you to do is we're going to go. Uh, you can at first. I want you just to, with your 50-pound kettlebell, do 10 single arm swings on one side. Put that bell down. Wait for your breathing to normalize and recover until, again, like we talked in that last video, to where you could hum a tune, sing a song, say your ABCs. We call it the talk test, but basically, so you can talk or really sing. I like using it, or hum before you start your next set. If you can't, you need to wait longer. And then you'll do 10 single arm swings on your opposite side, and you'll repeat that pattern until you complete 5 rounds or 5 sets on each side, or 10 sets of 10, or 10 sets of 10 total 100 swings. So that's one way and that's how my recommendation for you to start off. Again, we call it timeless, simple, and sinister, which just means we don't have a time frame to it. You're just trying to complete you're just completing the 100 swings, again, while adhering to this talk test, making sure that you recover, your breathing normalizes before you start your next set of swings. Now, at first, I want you just to start off like that. Then, when you get really good at this, and if you feel real confident, your breathing is normalized, and the efficiency of your single arm swing has gotten even better and more dialed in. Then the next step would be to try doing like 10 swings at the top of every minute, and try to do that for maybe 10 minutes. And then you can start to reduce that down a little bit. And we can discuss ways in which you can do it, even to the point where you're doing 10 swings every 30 seconds. And again, when you get to that place, let me know. As of right now, let's just do this kind of timeless, simple and sinister, where you're just doing 10 single arm swings. Let yourself rest and recover. Wait till your breathing normalizes, and then you'll do your 10 on the opposite side. You'll complete all 5 sets each side, and that'll be the swing version or portion of this workout. Now, what you can do to make this challenging, or to give yourself a little bit of a goal to seek, is you can time the duration that you complete those single arm swings in, without trying to necessarily push it, Greg. So I want you to adhere to that talk test, but where you start you start a timer, and you just see 10 swings, let yourself rest and recover, 10 swings, let yourself rest and recover. Repeat that, right, for a total of 10 swings, or 5 sets of swings each side. Then check your timer and see how long it took you to complete that. And the goal would be to slowly decrease that time. So that's one way to do it. The other way would be to look at the time, the whole duration. And I haven't talked about this yet. I'm going to get into this right now, is the get up, which we haven't done, and I want to take you through. So again, the way that the whole challenge is you're doing those 100 set of single arm swings, again, or 5 sets of 10 each side. Then you go and you do 5 get-ups on each side. So let's dive into this get-up. And not to get too far ahead of myself, but basically what you can do too is you can time the whole duration of the workout with the intention of slowly decreasing the amount of time you spend doing this challenge or this workout. So a get up looks like this, man. I want to show this to you. Right. So what you're going to do is we're going to start off, and there's in this article that I'm going to send to you has a pretty good description of this and explanation of this and a somewhat of a tutorial. But I wanted to show this to you as well. So imagine, and I want you to start off without a kettlebell in your hand and just get comfortable with the movement pattern because it's complicated. So I want you to imagine I've got a kettlebell in my left hand. I'm going to pull it in nice and tight. I'm holding on to that kettlebell. I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to place my right hand over my left hand. So imagine it's holding the handle of that kettlebell. So I got both hands holding the handle of that kettlebell. Now from here in this fetal position, I'm going to roll to my back. Now imagine like you're making a snow angel, right? So imagine like you're making a snow angel and you stop with your legs open. I want to then bring this foot up, right? So the kettlebell that's in my left hand, my left foot is on the floor, left knee in the air. With both hands, I'm going to press that kettlebell up into the air. I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to place it down beside my body. Now, I don't want it parallel with my leg, but I don't want it at 90 degrees either. It's going to sit somewhere in between, right? And just kind of find where it feels best for you. Now, I like to make a fist, and imagine like I'm holding onto a peg over here. From here, I'm going to take a nice big inhale into my body. As you exhale, I'm going to imagine like I'm pulling on this peg and I'm going to drive up onto my elbow. So I'm on my elbow over here, right? From here, I'm going to take a nice big inhale and I'm going to exhale, drive up onto my palm. Nice big inhale. I'm going to exhale, push up into this bridge position, and I'm going to sweep my back leg right underneath my hip. So my knee is right underneath my hip. That's ideally where I want it. And I'm in this position. Left ankle, or my foot is in line with my right ankle, right? And I'm making 90-degree angles. I want hand and knee in line with each other and foot, and I want my ankle and my opposite foot in line. So close to 90 degrees as I possibly can. From here, I'm going to sit my hips back, and then I'm going to come up into this half kneeling position. Now, from here, I'm going to teach you the traditional way of doing this. We're going to spring this foot around. We're going to pivot at the knee. I'm going to kind of slide this foot in, make sure I'm in a nice solid position. Then I'm going to exhale and come up into a standing position. Now, from here, I'm going to take that same leg that stepped forward, and I'm going to step it back. So same position I was just in. Now I'm going to pivot this back leg around, and I want to pivot it. The tendency sometimes is to kind of cut short. I want to pivot this back leg all the way around, and all the way around to where it was previously, where I'm making 90-degree angles, right? 90-degree angles with this femur and this tibia, right? So this upper leg and this lower leg, if you were to kind of put it together, it would make a 90-degree angle. Now from here, right, I'm just going to reverse that order. You're going to probably need to step this foot forward a little bit. Make sure you're in a nice, good, adjust to where you feel balanced. I'm going to hinge from the hips like I'm trying to sit my hip back onto the ankle. I'm going to slide my hand back just out in front of my knee. Now the tendency is to either go here or go here. You go here, that kettlebell is going to fall forward. If you go here, it's going to feel awkward. The tendency is to go here when the foot isn't pivoted all the way around. But if you bring this foot all around, you're going to be able to hinge from that hip joint, and you can slide this hand down and place it right out in front of that knee. From here, you're going to pick up the hips, sweep that leg around, elbow goes back, and I'm going to slowly lower down. Now, if you notice, I'm back in that same spot. So what's really important is when you go into this position, you don't do this. Notice I want to bring my leg out. So I'm back in that snow angel position, right? So I'm nice and wide with my feet versus here. So again, and then from here, both hands go onto the bell. I'm going to bring it back in. I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to roll to the side, right? To get to the bell to the other side, I'm going to sweep it around up over my head and come around to the other side. The other option is I just move my body, especially if the bell's really heavy, over to the other side. I know that's a lot of detail, but hopefully it'll come in handy later on. I'm going to just demonstrate on my right side. So again, here I am, fetal position. I'm going to roll to my back. I'm going to create my snow angel position, right? Right hand's holding the bell, right knee's in the air, right foot's on the floor. I'm going to press that bell up, right? I'm going to take that left hand down. Big inhale, exhale, come up onto my elbow, post up onto my hand. Keep that lift through your chest. We're going to press through this foot. We're going to pick up the hips. We're going to sweep this knee back. Again, I want my knee to be under my hip as much as I possibly can. I'm going to readjust this front foot, make a nice 90-degree angle with the femur or upper leg bone and the tibia, the lower leg bone here. I'm going to sit my hip back, slide this hand in, and then come up to this half kneeling position. From here, I'm going to pivot this leg around. Then I'm going to readjust this front foot so it's a little bit more stable. All right, so I got a nice comfortable position, lunge position, so I can comfortably step on up. Now we're going to reverse that order. So I'm going to step that same leg back. I'm going to pivot that same foot all the way around. Now I need to adjust this front foot because I'm feeling a little cramped here, so I'm going to kick that front foot forward. Again, I want 90 degrees at the femur, 90 degrees at the tibia. I'm going to hinge from this hip joint so that I can easily place this hand down. Notice sliding right down my thigh. I'm going to place it just out in front of my thigh. So my palm is right underneath my shoulder. My knee is right underneath, right? My knee is right underneath my hip. From here, I'm going to sweep this leg. And again, I don't want to, the tendency is to go straight out. I want to kick this leg out. So when I come down, I've got plenty of room to roll on back and I got some leverage here. Again, both hands on the bell. We're going to bring it in. We're going to roll to the side that's holding onto the bell. And then you're in a good position. Hey, man, I hope that's helpful. Let me demonstrate real quick with a bell what that's going to look like. So, again, I've got my bell. Here I am, both hands on the bell. Nice big inhale. I'm going to roll to my back. I'm going to create my position, snow angel, pick up this foot. I'm going to press the bell up with both hands. Bring my arm out to the side. Again, not quite parallel, but not quite 90. Nice big inhale. Holding onto the peg here. I'm going to take a big breath. Exhale, come on up. Come up onto my hand. From here, I'm going to press through my foot, press through my hand, lift my hips, slide that knee back. Again, I want my knee under my hip. I'm going to readjust my front foot so I'm in a better position. So my upper leg bone and my lower leg bone are making 90-degree angles. Again, I'm going to lean back. I'm going to slide my hand up. I'm going to press on up. I'm going to pivot my back leg, readjust my front foot, take a nice big inhale, exhale, stand, step that left leg back, readjust my front foot, pivot that leg all the way around, hinge from the hips, slide the hand down. Again, hand under the shoulder, knee under the hip. Nice big inhale. Bring that foot out, not here, out to the side. Now I'm going to come down onto my elbow. Notice I rotate a little bit to come down into the elbow. Then from here, take a nice big inhale. Exhale as you lower down. Both hands go onto the bell. I'm going to bring that bell in, and then I'm going to roll to the side. So again, Spencer, I hope this is helpful. I would practice this without any weight. Get really good at doing it without before you start to add any weight. And then maybe add something light. I mean, the 20-pounder is going to be light for you, period. But you may even want to start off with, if you got a ridiculously light bell, but just to get used to feeling that overhead. You want that arm to stay straight. You want that arm to stay up overhead. Obviously, man, if you feel any pain in any way, please just stop what you're doing. Just let me know, and then we can discuss it. If you want a video you doing this and send me a video, by all means, man, please do. But again, what you can do with this is, now that you know how to do this, what you can do is you can do those 100 swings, right? 5 sets of 10 swings on each side. Give yourself a rest. Let your breathing normalize, right? To where you can hum a tune or sing a song, right? Then do your get-ups, 5 each side or 10 get-ups total. And then what you can do is just run a stopwatch and see how long it takes you to complete that full workout, right? The 100 swings and the 10 get-ups. And then just start to kind of slowly chip away at it, but as naturally as possible. Meaning don't try to push it. Again, always respect that talk test. Or again, making sure that you can hum a tune, sing a song, say your ABCs prior to that next, the starting of your next set or next lift. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, I hope this is helpful. I know it's a long-winded video, but I wanted to get that to you. I wanted to kind of chat, deliver this to you in this way, and then show you how to do that. Again, man, if you got any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'll see you soon. Enjoy that beautiful little girl of yours.